since they could end up meeting in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's a big test for Texas because I think we know that the Blue Jays are a good ball team. I mean, they've been the top offensive team in the sport all season long. The additions of David Price and LaTroy Hawkins and Mark Lowe have really bolstered both the starting rotation and the bullpen, and the defense is so much better. Even though Troy Tulowitzki hasn't really been hitting, he's now anchoring that up-the-middle infield defense. The Blue Jays are an all-around team. They can beat you in many, many different ways. I think the Texas Rangers, they're an oncoming team. I mean, the Cole Hamels acquisition, we won't see him here this week, but that was a huge boon for them. The Jays have to get Colby Lewis tomorrow and then Giovanni Gallardo on Thursday. There will be some good tests in terms of right-handed pitchers that they go up against. But if you want a litmus test, I think it's more a litmus test for the Rangers than it is for the Jays.
Marcus Stroman continues to work towards a return. He says he felt great after a simulated game yesterday. What are you hearing about his progress?
Well, this is very positive. He's going to throw another simulated game on Friday and then maybe, just maybe, get into a minor league game next week. But I think we need to put the brakes on the overt enthusiasm at this point because, remember, he's missed, what now, almost 6 months. It was early March when he tore his knee. So, you know, this is a guy who's not going to have much action versus live hitters by the time that the minor league season ends on Labor Day. To throw him back into major league action and to expect him to succeed right off the hop as a starter is a daunting challenge. I'm not saying Stroman isn't going to come back. I'm not saying he's not going to be a starter. But I think we have to temper our expectations here because there are still many challenges ahead, and we have to remember it's been the better part of a year since he last faced live hitting.
Our Blue Jays reporter, Scott MacArthur.
Another night, another win, another hero for the red-hot Blue Jays. And this time, it's shortstop Troy Tulowitzki who was doing it with the bat. Tulowitzki had his first 3-hit game for the Blue Jays since he made his debut almost a month ago against the Phillies. And you could tell over the weekend in Anaheim that things were starting to come around. Tulowitzki was making better contact. He did on Tuesday night in Arlington. His first 2 hits were line drives. And then another sign that a guy's coming out of his slump, a little bit of luck on his side. 2 outs, top of the 9th, tying run in scoring position. He hits a flare over shortstop Elvis Andrus' head. Game is tied. Blue Jays go on to win. The signs are there that Tulowitzki is coming out of his funk. But remember, with him, it's not just about the bat, it's also about the glove. He's played fantastic shortstop for the Blue Jays. Some of those plays are routine, and they generally go unnoticed, but he's been a stabilizing force in the middle of that infield. The Jays continue to find ways to win, and if their shortstop, Tulowitzki, is getting hot offensively with Donaldson and Bautista and Encarnacion hitting behind him, good times could be rolling for Toronto in September.
Pitched like crap tonight, and the guys picked me up. Good thing about being a team game. Had to battle through first 4 or 5 innings and got us in a hole. We seemed like every time we get in this hole, we come back and score a few runs. I go out there and get right back up.
I love having your best hitters. Maybe getting that one more shot at it, you know. And then Josh came up with a tied game, and you know we caught a break there. I don't think I've seen Beltre throw a ball wide, so we definitely caught a big break there. You know, he's one of the best ever. So. Yeah, things are going our way. That's really the only way I can sum it up.
You know, maybe you guys are a little bit focused on trying to help us win games, and since I've been here, we've really done that, and that's what makes it exciting. And you know, like I said, it's not about me; it's about winning games. And as long as we're doing that, I'll be fine. Luck fell our way a little bit, but that's what happens when you play the game the right way, and we did that tonight.
Yeah, he struggled, you know, in typical fashion though. I mean, he gave up some runs. You don't normally see that, you know, for a number of innings. But, you know, then his last couple innings, I thought he was kind of, you know, he looked like he normally did. But, yeah, he was off. I thought, you know, for a guy that doesn't have much velocity, I mean, his velocity was down a little bit. And that's, I mean, that still can be important to a guy like him. But, too, you know, it's one of those balls. It's always been a great hitting ballpark. So, you know, it was kind of like back and forth. You figured, you know, both teams was taking shape to score a lot of runs. But he managed to, you know, we were down, but he managed to give us 6, and then the bullpen did a solid job. You know, got a little hairy there, and then Cease came in and got the big strikeout, chewing the ground ball, which is, you know, otherwise you don't win that.
I feel like this is a team that we're not going to give up, no matter what happens, and no matter how many runs we get down or how many runs we're up, we still got to grind through 9 innings, especially with our offense. That's why the starting pitcher, you go out there and realize if you don't have your best stuff and you give up runs early, just try to hold them close because you know we have a chance. We've seen it tonight. We're down by a run in ninth inning. Made things happen, so it's fun to be a part of.
I'm not quite sure, but I think you know, when you're playing good, you don't think about those things. You just think about the next game. I think now we're focused on tomorrow and just keep on playing good baseball. You don't really say, hey, why is the reason we're playing, you know, so well.